at the moment, you can't shake this ECSTATIC team.
Yeah.
You can't make them make mistakes. And it feels to me like there were moments across Overpass where that's really what FURIA were trying to bank on.
Yeah.
And they didn't get what they had maybe planned on receiving.
Absolutely. So, of course, it is an 0-2 game, and both teams have actually had quite hard stages, but this is officially their easiest competition, each other. And they get a best of 3 to do it. So FURIA know that, well, everything rests on this moment to play the best Inferno of their lives and to show that they are at least better than a team that most people never even had making it here.
Very true. Is he juggling Berettas? Is that what that was?
Yes.
So he's going to shoot the USP and then switch to Berettas.
The ZywOo strat.
Yeah, but you have to be ZywOo to do it. No?
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Okay. Yeah, until you fall on your face. You know, I wouldn't try jumping off Olympic trampolines or you know, the likes. Full-blown execute coming out. Art gonna spam the whole USP into the Beretters. Nobody's home. Free bomb plant. Rotate goes all in on the banana flank. Let's see what Queenix can do. I've been trying to sing his praise in terms of headshots. But pressure.
What was that flash? Who was that flash?
Flash doesn't find him. He's going to post 2 headshots already, make it 3, locking down the banana flank, but then those dual Berettas are run into, and it is indeed Kragan outnumbered 1v2. These teams have split the pistol rounds. Kragan getting squeezed slowly, but sure enough, oh, Art, those dual Berettas end up coming in clutch. 2 kills, 2 pistols, and Fallen's eyebrows are raised. Woo, we got there, he says.
Yeah, man, I guess they got the trades in the back when we were watching Queenix get his first 2 frags up front. So nicely done from FURIA. I do think a flash. Yeah, I don't know if there was a flash from the CT or T side. I'm assuming it's from CT because they swung with it, but no one was blind. They just nailed the shots. KSCERATO locked it down, and Art did a good job. A great job, honestly, of actually holding on, even though, you know, his first bout with the USP didn't get anything. The dualies came in to save the day. The buy is obviously still very strong here, though, for ECSTATIC with that bomb plant. And they are coming up extremely fast as well, up in a mid.
Holy hell. Damn right they are. They're going to pay the piper. They wanted a gunfight, they got it. And that's such a little investment out of FURIA as well. They can hang on to some grenades, smokes, and frags for the late half of this round.
That's a bold play to make with the amount of investment they had and everything. But, I mean, I would be surprised for sure if I was FURIA. But they lock it down. Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm telling you, you give them a fight and you're gonna lose it. Queenix, so sharp, MP9 bested, 3v5 being queued up.
Whoa.
But they're gonna go into CT spawn, and Art pushed against this wall, has to take the shot to Kragan. Queenix not able to trade this one. Art's SMG will hold the line. And on top of that, grab possession of the bomb.
Yeah, and Art playing well, man. That's exactly what we want to see for FURIA. Fallen needed some help last game. It can't be only one guy, so the safe call is in. They definitely got outgunned here, both ends. Also quite ambitious to try to go for... Oh my god, this is going to get cleared.
I always forget that spot even exists.
Yeah, it's
where
so...
yuurih's at. It's such a guarantee. Because it's new.
Yeah, because it's new.
It's new, right? We played millions of rounds of Inferno, but okay, cool. Let's just add.
We fast forward 4 years, people are going to be triple boosting back there.
Forget about it. Nice clean up on the first 2.
Oh,
dude,
he didn't even clear it properly. That's crazy.
Who is this guy?
I know.
Who is he?
I can't really answer your question. I just gotta be like, yeah, I know. I know where you're metaphorically coming from right now.
Because you don't know.
Yeah, I know. Uh-oh.
Whoa. Art. He'll win the duel and... They made the nades bigger, I swear.
They've been bouncing off a lot of walls. It's also an Inferno thing. I don't know if you can say it's an Inferno thing for that one, but...
It's true. All the passageways that much more narrow. Plus at the top of the walls, you get a little, you know, little ledge sticking out. Couldn't possibly be our fault. It's the damn map, I tell ya. Haven't seen a lot of Inferno here in Copenhagen. It's really been falling off.
It's only when you get the Brazilian teams, because they were playing it so much of the Americas RMRs. And since they've obviously taken over this major, we've seen enough Inferno.
Yeah, nobody else even thinking about it. So this time the pistols will not be enough to find anything whatsoever. Looking like a nice clean sweep. FURIA 3-0 the start, 5 players alive. Looking to set an early tone on their opponent's map pick.
Just looking so much better. But with Overpass in the rear view, I think ECSTATIC are still going to remain hopeful unless this half goes in the completely wrong direction. FURIA got beat up 13-3 on this map the other day, so I think that's pretty much the map that ECSTATIC were watching to come in prep for this.
Just trying to figure out how do we replicate that. So far unable to. Little flashbang fiasco here on Banana. Nade will find its mark. Art, what are you up to? Good grenade damage comes back the other way. We've got 3 players here as well for FURIA. And a MAC-10 spraying over the top of the smoke as Art is on his fallback. A lot of posturing going on there on Banana, but nothing to really come of it. Given enough room to ECSTATIC for them to just go into the full-blown A exec. We get 3 defenders in position. It's going to be a slow rotation too, as 2 of FURIA's players still preoccupied with B. Fallen, nice repeat. Goes for the jiggle, confirms Nodios, and comes back at him on high alert. And now there's a bit of a stalling of ECSTATIC here towards middle. yuurih's not able to get his kill quite like Fallen was, and so the pressure starts to ramp on this A site, but the Molotov cools it off for now. All that remains of ECSTATIC is here, and there is still no rotation from FURIA. Double B anchors hanging on. It's gonna have to be the hole, and oh, is it ever? yuurih's triple kill in from the pit, and Fallen slams them.
Ooh, put a stamp on it, man. He has been so precise today. Even though it was a tough map on Overpass, he really showed his individual level. Now on Inferno, he's doing much of the same. Beautiful headshot over top of default into the lane split. No CT falters whatsoever. So we definitely got FURIA suddenly very much on their A game. And ECSTATIC have some good reps. I mean, they played against OG, they won the map. They played against Apex, they won the map. Actually lost it to Imperial here on the road to the major in a closer game.
Saw one of these cheeky Tech 9 rounds come through for ECSTATIC on the first map.
Pretty much turned into the map win.
Yes, sir. Definitely gave them the momentum to follow through. But utility protocol's looking good here for FURIA. It's enough to turn ECSTATIC away from their opening engagement. They're going to turn them away with such little health. Patty's basically dead. Kragen's basically dead. And while Queenix has 4 kills, the rest of his teammates only 2 combined. So this is FURIA starting to gather a good amount of money, creating that emergency fund for a rainy day if ECSTATIC ever break through. If.
Smoke into mid. CT's got 4 on A. Can't ask for much more. Ready for this ECSTATIC split, and they don't even have B presence, so once again, FURIA showing some good rotations, which I gotta say, even though the T side didn't go well, they showed good rotations. Mid-round calls, and they had a good read on the map. They just couldn't really hit their shots back then, but times change, and they do quickly. Might end up risking sitting in front of another smoke anyways, so let's see if they can find the in-between time to go for the exec.
Kragen's got an activation flash. Patty's here to trade him, but it's going to really fall on the pit play of yuurih. And Fallen's the one who plucks him from the sky.
Oh, wait a second. They got pick control and a sight.
Yes, they do. And guns. That's all they needed.
And their actual third rotator went over to B. The patience paid off.
The fact Fallen on short is the first person to pull somebody off of that balcony commitment when yuurih inside of the pit has the AK trained on the spot and doesn't get anything. Tech9 hits the ground, and somebody like Patty, he was tagged up before the exec came through. Salazar takes damage in the process, Kragan softened up.
This is brutal, they can't even go for it. So far away from the site, and look how low everybody is.
Oh man.
Yeah,
you just said it, right?
Yeah.
Round like this,
they
is
find
what
leverage.
It opened overpass. And it could do the exact same thing here on Inferno.
Yeah.
Will they exit with funds? That's another question. That bomb's gonna pop, and it's probably gonna kill Patty.
Yeah, they have to get quite far away. Nodios might be the only one who stays alive, and he doesn't have to look for another fight.
So they get there first, but it comes at a cost. Luckily, they didn't invest much. So money ready to go in response. But still has to be stated, just the nature of those first 4 round wins out of FURIA, so convincing and so good for the economy, that they are also in a good place.
Yeah, no kidding.
That flash, Nodios' flash for yuurih opened the door for Salazar.
Dude, in the Pain and Mongols game, that flash would have literally won the game for either team so many times over. All the halls pops that went south because the pit player and site player had full vision.
Opening it up. Oh, ECSTATIC try to press in. Dangerous game to play. Oh, Salazar.
Oh, that's with the sight.
Snapped
Hold
onto
on.
Cello.
He's really committing hard here with the bomb. I think he just needs to
Fall back?
Oh, yeah, but no smoke. He would have loved to smoke this out. This gives him options over on the A site.
But at the same time, nobody's even watching that cross. He throws the bomb back to Nodios, who does have a smoke, so now it's going to go up to obscure KSCERATO's vision. He could spray.
He doesn't make the rotation in.
Whoa, the timing almost there. He'll pop it open. A cause for concern. Nodios turns. Salazar still fixated on the back of construction as he has to be. And now Queenix is able to come and join them from Banana.
No
it's
smoke.
an all-in retake from CT.
They have a molly? No.
And they just put up another CT cross smoke, ECSTATIC.
Uh-oh.
Flashes for Fallen over the top. They're trying to get this coffin push going. His second flash comes out. Now there's no more nades. It's going to be just guns aplenty. And Fallen eventually maybe can challenge with this op. But at the same time, Fallen, he's the only kit. No, excuse me. KSCERATO's got one. They could still pull off this retake. Fallen gets the backside kill, but Nodios holds on from the pit. Fallen tries to flee, and that is Salazar to win the fight in Donut on his own.
Does he stay alive?
They clear it.
Oh, he got the op, and I think the bomb goes off. He stays alive. He can get far enough away. Fallen with no ammo left over. No retake there for FURIA. Took way too long to get set up. And it's because of this final trade from Salazar. And that was not an easy trade either.
Deep in the spray, Nodios clears the backside.
But you see how deep that position is now on Grill. Like, it's harder to clear.
Yep.
They didn't go out wide enough. Ooh, they opened that door again. The eco round into the second round in a row, and this time with an extra little bit saved. The op and play for Salazar, who you're not going to buy the op for yourself on T side, but it doesn't mean you won't use it if you find one on Inferno. Oh, actually, they aren't. They aren't even going to use it. Yeah, so the only benefit there is getting it out of Fallen's hands, forcing the rebuy. Do feel for FURIA on that one. It's not as if they played the situation incorrectly. I mean, I think they had the right to get the trades. They just got X-factored a little bit. But that's what you're up against right now.
Awesome for Salazar to be a part of the recovery. Kragan on the entry.
Uh-oh.
Cello on the fallback, holds his ground.
Oh, nasty.
2 kills. And that second one as clean as it had to be.
That was round defining right there. Another open sight would have come with that kill.
Or man advantage over ECSTATIC. Gives Fallen a chance to hold mid. He finds his timing to a T. And Queenix will be given a chance to maybe slip out from apartments. The bomb is coming over out of middle. yuurih plays a hyper-passive angle, giving him the space.
If he waits too long, this becomes Fallen coming into his position. This is a position where I feel like Queenix believes in his crosshair placement so much, but all right, he'll get spotted from the back at default first, and now Fallen move into position.
Yeah, you'd think that off holds it in, but missed shot gives him a chance. yuurih's behind box on sight and Fallen into the repeak. It's all good. Keeping his head down, trying to duel with two. Fallen gonna be the kingpin of the A site this time. 3 frags to his name.
You can see in moments like that, they just really believe in their aim. You know, they do take fights that should be too hard to win. They're fights that rely on the headshot, and any other shot to the stomach or the foot will just get you killed. But FURIA play another hard situation well. And stamp out the damage. And actually, it's ECSTATIC who are pretty broke now because of the one round they won, even though they denied the save of the op. They themselves only had 2 players live.
Yep. And the round before that, even though they win without buying, they only had 1 survivor. Slowly we get through this half, and FURIA given a great chance to pull forward with a lead. Flashbang's good. No way, that single AK. You can't afford this again.
Man, they're finding gaps on Banana. That was a perfect push-up from Kraken, right in between the smoke and Molly, not taking any damage into a flashed player once again.
Kraken doing some dirty work.
Oh.
Cello announcing that he's coming back to re-clear this, but he'll win the fight against Kraken. That's the AK down, but the M4 still up. If they can just press their numbers into A, they do have this 4v2 on site. Yes, with lesser weapons, but a missed shot from Fallen's AWP could definitely open the door to be swarmed by these pistols. It wouldn't be the first time.
It's not a unique situation. Fallen in the same spot.
3rd defender getting over it as well, so FURIA, they've got the support, and they've got this pretty consistent dominance out of the AWP of Fallen. yuurih hanging on to the pit will stop the balcony push, and the 2 members left on short side here have their teammates taken from them. ECSTATIC, it's going to be desperation to try an entry versus 3. FURIA, yes, you've lost Banana. Looked a little sketchy with the Cello re-clear. Patty, it's a double. This one's supposed to be done. 15 to the clock, a separated 1v1. Oh no! Patty, 3 kills deep. And with enough time for Cello to get over to the bomb site, he can reposition. This would be so big. Another one early on in this T side. Patty is cooking in this clutch. Looking to stick the landing. It's all about the approach. Cello looks the wrong way. Patty, he's got this sitting in front of him. Smashed by Patty.
Yeah, 100%. Pure beef Patty, baby. That is an unreal way to win that round. It was over. We were writing it off. Coming up lane late, picking up some pieces, maybe a kill or 2, and they're just trying to take the money away. Popping onto his screen like it's a deathmatch. Patty switching between guns and splitting the difference, playing backside here, finding a perfect opportunity on Cello popping up and popping his head like a grape.
Closing that gap onto Fallen with the pistol. Ice cold. 2 of those early on in this half.
Wow. Oh, man, that's... I was just thinking, this might be the most economically damning situation for ECSTATIC because they reset their own loss bonus after winning just 2 rounds and then have only saved 3 players over those 2 rounds, and so would have to maybe double save as they get their loss bonus back up. But then they win. They actually win somehow. Well, because of Patty, you got to ask him for the answers. And this actually destroys FURIA's economy.
A sinking feeling for FURIA. And on top of that, this struggle towards Banana has also been real, even when they have the best of buys. There's no doubt in my mind ECSTATIC consider this half of the map their opening, at least for the first fight. Oh, boosts simultaneous. And KSCERATO comes out, the flash is good, the MAC-10 follows up. Pressure in Banana, but a 3rd body of Cello found out. And so they clear them all.
Oh, he's like, if only I had a better gun. If he had anything better than that, they would have been able to stamp out the situation. It's another moment here where ECSTATIC decide to press through a smoke. They find their timings with these pops on Banana. They have no fear. about trying to phase a smoke, catch someone off blind, and FURIA have always been eating them.
Queenix loves a snapshot.
This round, I don't even know if there was a flash to support the push. It was just a boost where they met each other, and that elevated spot on the half wall into, let's get these trades now. And the fact that ECSTATIC are willing to jump on it is just such a nice contrast to their own calmness, because in situations they play well. Fundamentally speaking, they make like fewer mistakes, but they're still willing to throw the plan out the window when there's an opportunity and still be on the same page. And that just shows their range, I think, as a unit. Man, Patty doing that, he's not the guy we even talk about that much when it comes to individual efforts, but you see the aim on him too.
It really is just this rising floor of ECSTATIC at the moment. You know, every time the major cycle comes around, we try to fantasize of this Cinderella story where there is a team who plays the best Counter-Strike of their career at that moment, right? Finding your best form at the right moment.
And it seems like there's consistently always one story, and it's always more surprising than the last.
You'd think we'd learn.
Yeah.
You'd think we'd learn. You know, and there are instances of these sorts of teams becoming then repeat offender. Copenhagen Flames making a name for themselves. It's a couple of major runs, if we're talking all Danish talent. And then there are others that just kind of disappear. You get your one off. You get your moment in the spotlight, and then you're never seen again. Cello spotted, back sight boosted, so they'll know that there's a second.
Yep.
He's got the smokes to play with, but Queenix fires through. And a 5v3.
Wow, that's incredibly clean.
Nothing that FURIA can do about this one.
At least if they save. I mean, they have guns next round for sure. Very vulnerable position now for FURIA. And it's one thing to win a 1v4 on an eco or, you know, sort of in a game where you're just smashing through your opponents, but that actually, economically speaking, couldn't have been a more critical juncture.
Goodbye. Little price tag at the tail end of this one, but it comes with costs both ways.
And they are being hunted now. And I mean, FURIA go down to $0. They save nothing here, so protect Fallout at all costs. And luckily, they're a bit far away from being in jeopardy. Quite a clawback here from ECSTATIC.
Desperate for a rebuy as well, or do you hold off? You bolster the save, you wait for the next round?
It's actually nuts because they had 3 alive.
When that got taken down to 2.
They got taken down to 2.
That makes their decision for them. Round 11 will feature 2 pistols and an MP9 for FURIA. And the momentum from ECSTATIC doesn't stop.
This round is... the operative is find the op and avoid it.
This was a 4-0 start to FURIA's favor off the back of pistol rounds. The first gun win, all made possible by ECSTATIC's half-buy. Not once, twice.
Yeah, they found the op and the bomb's still stationed outside of A. They're ready to take speed. See where the mollies land.
Good chance to get into the pit. yuurih, beautiful deagle shot, but there's more where that first one's at. They spot the player top porch. KSCERATO, a much-needed double kill.
Been watching some ROPS demos.
Sat on top of the roof. Then the challenge up into the boiler, reconfirming that there is still presence here. ECSTATIC, if Salazar chases this, it's right into KSCERATO's crosshair, and who better to hold one back? MP9 swings into the boiler, Kragan magnetized and going down at the hands of the 2 remaining A defenders.
Give a big shout out to yuurih for his first deagle shot, and then the perfect second line of defense with KSCERATO, top of the roof. Good evening to you, KSCERATO. We haven't had that many highlights. The stats have been good. It's not like he's been the, you know, savior of this team so far, though. It's not like you can't criticize him, definitely, because again, he's getting his kills. His stats definitely still look good overall, but the only hero I saw last map was Fallen.
missed shot, and he knows the pressure's gonna remain high. They're charging into him. Nice position from yuurih. Not gonna waste a moment. Bullet to the back of Queenix's head. Creates a question mark around their ability to hit A very quickly. Boots on the ground coming out from KSCERATO. It's a lineup, and it is a fast swarm from FURIA. They will plant that bomb and hope to hang on. ECSTATIC looking to get off site as the fire gets Patty down to minimal HP. It's a quick thrashing from FURIA to keep this round in their hands, but can they hang on to it?
There's no way FURIA lose this, right? They've still got a molly. They got full nades, HEs. They can kill someone with utility in this position. But the time is going down.
Yeah, they're gonna have to move in, and they've gotta move now. Nodios bends a bullet, gets a double.
And a molly,
but then puts himself in the gap, puts himself in the hole within the pit, and from there, FURIA finalize the retake to nab themselves a 7.
Okay, yeah, it is close due to the time, but that many players that close and that much utility, surely there's no counter.
I don't know, man. We said unlosable to a lot of Inferno retakes today.
Yeah.
Shout out Pain and Mongols one time.
Those last 2 rounds of regulation and all the rounds of overtime. Some crazy, crazy situations, that's for sure. Nice one, though, from Cello.
Yeah, nice one from FURIA, getting their grip at the tail end of that half from the 4-0 start.
Yeah, that can be a gut punch. You're falling top mid, die with your op in a rush.
Luckily, the rest of FURIA's players, like KSCERATO, wasted 0 time running into Library, getting that lineup.
So the lay of land is a decent first half from FURIA. I think they'll be proud of themselves to get 7, just show that they're better than they were on Overpass, individually speaking. Some good moments from KSCERATO and a spray down. Some of those magical moments where he's getting 2K spray downs where you're like, how does he do it every time? Like, you finally saw that. Art also had a great half. Welcome sight. And we'll have a classic setup. Coffin's flash here at CT's 3-way. Oh! We should do that in practice.
The hell?
Jeez.
That's a shiver down FURIA's spine, but they're going to keep pressing in. He gets a second. Then the Berettas at bat. And the third player in position, Patty, falls back.
FURIA know this pistol might come in handy later. They've got to grab it by the horns if they can.
Patty can't really justify trying to peek back up over the coffins.
The flank is very fast right now.
And that's going to keep KSCERATO busy. The bomb planted. Oh, Queenix in with the headshot. Fallen's going to try to get off of the site, but he falls to the hands of Queenix, who has been so crisp with pistols.
Literally, his HSP must be through the roof. Wow. Statement round here for ECSTATIC with a hold. The first shot from Salazar is wicked. That whip up over the half wall. Yeah, let's go ahead and relive that. Ooh, disgusting. I mean, it's a relatively safe way to spot, but of course, when you're going up against these guys right now, I don't know what's exactly safe. It's headshot city for the CT side as they start this tiny comeback. But there is a bomb plant for FURIA. They'll go again.
Queenix sitting at a 56.4% headshot percentage over his entire career. That's solid.
Yeah, considering your body is 90% body.
Yeah, sure. 90% body, 90% water. That's like 0.2% head. You see Fallen now starting to talk through what's going down. Not only to come in this round, but probably bigger picture. You know, sometimes we see games just unfold so fast. Like earlier today, for example, if you didn't catch that Mongols versus Pain game, 2 ridiculous back-to-back defuses to push it into overtime, and no pause out of Pain. No stop to just catch your breath, because so often you can find yourself just getting washed away in the rhythm of Counter-Strike, that constant reset after a minute 50 each and every time. It feels like that flow is just, you know, a push and pull. But you can take a round like this and just reset. Breathe.
This one's an interesting setup because Kraken's playing retake with his MP9 here on the B side. Of course, we see all the CT. Okay. making good time here. 2 MP9s coming in, a third one with supporting utility. 20 seconds, they've got to come through it. Oh boy.
Does the smoke deny the CT hold? Yeah, it's a tall smoke. Fast flank. Nodios is just sprinting. Fallen turns around too late. Oh, it's going to be a meat grinder.
Yeah, they're going to get murdered.
They are getting wrecked, shredded on the approach. And that is ECSTATIC's gusto down middle. That fast flank, we saw it in the pistol from Queenix. We get another instance of it from Nodios, playing with confidence, back-to-back maps.
Yeah, and that's not a good look for FURIA, who had an investment. They lived a long time in the 5v5. It's not overpass, not miles across. You can't really justify using that much time if you don't have a strong idea behind it. And I mean, was the push crazy fast from ECSTATIC? It was in the sense they ran it, but at the time in the round, there was literally no chance it could be at the A site hit. So they really earned the right to make that flank happen. And you see the conviction with Nodios. He realizes there's basically no way it's going to be an A site hit. So it's not time for FURIA to look weak, you know. That's
Art wasn't far off. That's through the wall.
Yeah. Hard head.
The brick keeps Salazar alive. Serving as a trigger for Kragan to apply a bit of banana pressure. You know, ECSTATIC have not been the victims of these sorts of buys, despite throwing out 3 of them versus FURIA across the series. Minimize mistakes. An age-old tale of Counter-Strike. Great flash, but both players blind, find their angles. And then, of course, over towards Arch, Nodios gets another. It's a pistol push into the B site. It's a fast scramble from Kragan onto the top of Orange. And even with low health, he'll continue to keep FURIA and Fallen at bay. yuurih 1v4 deep to CT gets nothing, and it's ECSTATIC with the 8-7 lead.
So squirrely. The fact that he got up to Oranges that quickly while getting chased down. Again, they're not making any mistakes movement-wise. Unfortunately, it was a perfectly placed or timed window flash, but Crosshair was locked on right down the middle of Banana. And that is the name of the game, of course. It's pretty narrow. You are going to take spam damage. Not all your flashes are going to work. But we're in a game with very little room for error. So another timeout will be called here as FURIA move on to a full buy.
Saw that powwow out of T-Spawn last round, now timeout immediately after. The confidence of some of these decisions coming out of ECSTATIC most certainly bolstered by the individual level that not 1 or 2 players have brought to the table, but this entire team.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't think, looking at them playing, I don't think any of them think they're worse than FURIA. You know, I don't think that brand value and the name value and the trophies and the championships have fallen, and the experience on LAN or anything is doing anything to ECSTATIC right now. I think they believe they're every bit as good or even better. And I mean, that's the right mentality to have, because if you were to look at FURIA over the last couple of months, we're talking about a team that fell absolutely short at Katowice to start their LAN run this year. A team that scraped the bottom of the barrel from 0-2 in the opening stage just to get here. You know, ECSTATIC turned heads and raised eyebrows versus Cloud9 to kick off their major endeavor. And would have even had more chances had they not progressed to top 16 as fast as they did. And they're playing like a team that deserves to be here, that is fighting to continue on in Copenhagen. Nothing means more to these 5 players than getting into that Royal Arena and hearing the roars of the Copenhagen crowd. This would be step 1. Survive the O2 match. And inch by inch, they get closer. As do FURIA towards top Banana. Molotov to take control of it. They're going to leave 3 Banana, 2 top mid, and Nodios is looking for a re-aggression. Cello's holding this. Oh man, they're once again taking a long time for decisions to be made. They're going to make noise soon.
Nodios hyper-fixated, sees the shoulder before it comes around. Second player confirmed, and it's a good amount of damage onto yuurih. Smoke goes up and over sight. Molly onto short, 12 seconds, but Fallen comes through. Queenix back sight. And he sees the player Balk, cuts him down, double kill! Immovable on this backside, 4 seconds, he picks it up, but there's not enough time. Checkmate from Queenix.
Oh, that's perfect. Jumped up onto the back of the box, instant to the head once again. It is a regular sight at this point with Queenix throughout these stages at the major. Beautiful execution on the music, on the movement, beautiful execution on the crosshair placement. No reaction once again, ice cold.
Because their eyes are on the prize. Set on more than just another round win. 3 away from securing overtime at the very least. The first sigh of relief. And to set up the next, it's fast pressure. Kragan pinned in. Flash comes out from the bomb site. Great support from Patty.
That was perfect timing.
And he's looking to crank that dial maybe. Molly burning all over the place. Pressure is kept up from Fallen and Co. And now they've taken this one back into their own hands. Man advantage FURIA. And a real chance to go into the exec if they wanted.
They have slowed it down. They know there's one more person here supporting with flashes.
Confirmed. Do they gamble rotate A?
It's no overreaction, and I wonder what the play is here for FURIA. And it looks like the bomb is going to stick around, so I'll say it again. Moments like this, FURIA have shown they read the map well. They haven't run into any stacks so far.
Bomb sitting outside B with 2. And again, if this goes south, there's no overcommitment that FURIA have to make on this side of the map. ECSTATIC have set themselves up for a save.
With 2 here, you're not going to exec on B, though. Not just yet.
Bomb's coming back.
And it's staying fully tucked. I think Fallen has to die, otherwise, oh my god.
Bomb is coming back and Fallen. He's going to come around this corner into Queenix's crosshair.
They have to go back, surely.
That's one player there. They could still leave. You still have time to go B. You could depart, but instead, it's a commitment into ECSTATIC. They're going to deliver this bomb. It's a smoke in front of it. 2 anchors on the site. Can they hang on? Nodios from the corner. Oh, it's Art. Back in. 1 shot. All he needs. But Salazar will stop them.
And this will be the first time as a team they have called out FURIA, had them run into a stack. They took a blind gamble, and it pays off.
In their tracks. An empty B bomb site. Now you are not only out shooting FURIA, you are out calling Fallen.
Wow. Wow, they have done well with information and time. FURIA, even in close situations with less than 10 seconds to go, they were managing to pick the correct site, and suddenly it feels like tides are turning in more ways than one. Mechanically, there are already questions, but mid-round situations, it felt like that's when the experience from FURIA was helping them the most. Inferno's a tough game, especially when you play down the clock, but when Fallen died, why aren't you turning that bomb around? They didn't believe ECSTATIC would stack.
And whether that was a plan to keep guns in case they happen to go B, whether Patty really thought that A hit is coming, doesn't matter. ECSTATIC, in all of the X Factor rounds across this series now, all of them have ECSTATIC's name stamped across them. All of the half-buy wins, all of the stacks like that.
They're gonna peek in front of this.
Fighting, tooth and nail into Banana. Multiple bodies still ready to try and challenge. Kragan kills himself with a nade, not ideal. Things getting weird. Nodios peeks into it. It's a whole pack of FURIA players, and they've taken over the bomb site.
Oh, plant will be delayed for a second, and
the open smoke. This is a lifeline for FURIA. This is an awkward moment caused by Kragan's suicide.
Let's see if it was a blood sacrifice.
CT's coming in with a full belt of utility on Queenix. And his banana flanks have been so consistent, but he's far removed. I think this one, they cut their losses. They let this go.
Okay, well.
Ooh, FURIA get one back. One of these weird rounds that FURIA finally win.
It was at this point in the last game that ECSTATIC found an eco, they found leverage, and then they basically just shut it out, right? So made a comeback happen, stamped out their opponents. FURIA need that more than ever. if they feel like things have not been going their way, here's a stroke of luck. But let's see if they can turn that into sustainability.
Comes with a cost.
Yeah, they're going to lurk around to make this quite expensive, actually. FURIA are not coming at this from a position of power or money. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think ECSTATIC can afford to lose a round like that. From what we've seen, there have been no glaring errors in this B defense overall. It's been this one round, and of course, Kragan just gets a bad bounce on his right-click nade for what would be a funny moment if it wasn't such a tense one.
Yeah, I don't think he's laughing.
Yeah. Oh, what a play to make right now.
Talk about the confidence, right? Does it come at a cost? Patty, Salazar, they clear out alt mid.
Oh.
And with a mid smoke, there's no response here from FURIA. You're not catching anybody jumping back towards Arch. You can't punish any kind of apartment peek.
What a call to make off of a round like that.
Doesn't that just scream the confidence?
Yeah, seriously, they have not shown that they were willing to do anything like this, and FURIA thought that they were going to try to build momentum. And they move literally quickly.
Set up to flash through. Kragan, MP9 in the front of the site. It's gonna get weird with the smoke grenades, the flashes, and the fire. Everybody's now getting lost inside of the utility. And Kragan, he's gonna go swinging through. The flash finds its mark, but Fallen turns over. And not only gets the kill, but puts down that bomb. It's another retake queued up. Last time they ought not to make this an attempt. It's a smoke on Salazar with flashbangs. And Patty can offer up another smoke too. This could very well keep KSCERATO shaved off of the hold. He is committed to Banana with smokes in play. Flash goes in first, Fallen tucks back sight. We've got the pit hold from Art as well. Concerned with the CT peek, he gets his. They lose their anchor, and then Nodios goes over top. Returned by KSCERATO.
Okay.
Making sure that FURIA stay within one.
Yeah, he won't let this Ember burn out. Nice one from KSCERATO to pull off the 1v2 in the post plant. Had to get every little bit right there. Man, would have been total disaster if not. So 2 in a row here as they survive the mid push, work their way into B. And through a very chaotic situation, this flash attempt, I would say we had a few flashes, did absolutely nothing here for ECSTATIC. So it didn't scare FURIA. They put themselves in good spots. Wanted to keep the pressure high. Now we've once again got a real game, and I love the attack pause. Something unique came into that round with a full-blown strategy that we haven't seen just yet. Let's see if the CTs want to try to do anything interesting one more time. Or if we can get a resurgence here from FURIA, who are still just 1 round away. They are a map down. But they've got to go 1 map at a time here. Oh my god, look at the money.
It ain't pretty.
ECSTATIC anticipating a double save off of this, so there can be 2 things at play right now. Playing for a tactic to try to get the 5v4, and then also thinking about another gamble stack or saving if things don't go right.
Nope, not this time. We've seen a lot of aggression in Banana from ECSTATIC, and this is going to be the follow-through into just Nodios on the 5-7. 3 pairs of feet come stomping in, and he knows this bomb site's gone.
And this is where the save is huge. And FURIA have come looking for them in the past. And I think that last time maybe they had to be more careful. This time I think they really want to get these kills. So they know it's about to be a full save. With no guns next round if these aren't saved.
FURIA having to get gritty for this one, huh?
Yeah. I mean, the T-side plays on Banana working out well. Flash again didn't do much, and they weren't exactly playing anti-flash. I mean, you can miss a small timing. As soon as someone's coming around the half wall, flash pops a second too early, then it doesn't matter. You're swinging into players who aren't blind. That's going to happen. But FURIA have been on the unlucky side of that many times already this half.
Anybody die in the end? Art's gonna take a chance. Oh, nope. They hold.
Oh, no. Upgrade. Oh, there it is, actually.
MP9 too. Nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, I mean, it is the best gun in the world.
Particularly strong on Inferno.
No kidding. Though that round
Didn't look too good.
didn't look too good.
Yeah.
They dealt with it. They dealt with it. All right. 10-10.
This is what you need, right?
Yeah, FURIA don't want to go out looking like chumps.
We can criticize Inferno. Had a great back and forth between Mongols and, well, great, to define great. Had an entertaining back
great.
and forth.
It was great. It was great. You're allowed to say that.
And now we've got one here queued up too. yuurih.
Oh.
I mean, we have not seen a fight in back apartments like that.
Yeah,
Somebody tried to do something different in contrast to what last round was, that hyper-aggressive mid-push from ECSTATIC, or last gun round rather.
And they actually don't invest behind these guns at all, so they're just using this as a pseudo-save. Patty's got a USP, no investments at all. They're thinking about their money for next round.
Gonna fight into the apartments. yuurih can just lean back, re-engage, and
How many more times do you think?
dodge bullets. Well, now that Cello's here, you can definitely do it once more.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe twice more. That is weapons confirmed inside of the A site, so you'd think FURIA would want to keep some distance from them.
Yeah. Sometimes it is better to go into enemies if you know where they are. But in this situation, they've got both sites under control, or top banana control at least. And
Right, one more smoke. Put down at the 30-second mark.
yeah, but I think they're not going to be happy about this, but they're still going to commit through, surely.
Try to crack it open with the frag grenade. Kragan waiting for a chance to swing out. Yeah, there's enough coverage here. He tries to get cheeky with the smoke play, but the rest of the bomb site free for the taking to FURIA's favor.
Ooh, it's a lead.
And yuurih could very well swipe away what was being hung on to. 59 and FAMAS could be key to getting extra pieces next round, but yuurih, yeah, he's honing in on everybody left. And like you just mentioned, it's a lead.
Yes.
FURIA to take the 11th.
And you saw yuurih climbing the board, but you know, you weren't seeing any amazing highlights. We've seen KSCERATO with his clutches, following with his op shots, or with his early CT impact on banana. But now you are starting to see like that wicked weapon that is yuurih.
Does he get to save the AK? Pressure's on, and down he goes. FURIA keeping this one composed on the comeback.
Now they know they did tear through a couple of guns and also a couple of unarmored players. So ECSTATIC trying to make this half economically efficient. But the important part is for FURIA, they've been able to bear the anti-ecos. And now they're starting to get louder.
Starting to feel realer.
Salazar will pick up the op.
Start, man, we've seen real bloodbaths set up by Banana to the demise of both teams. But as ECSTATIC lose that lead and the pressure mounts, are they going to go for it again? Yes, they're going to lock in. Oh, Kragan blinded, kills KSCERATO, huge scalp. And not to mention all of the deep banana presence that comes with it. Is the response from FURIA fast, and do they just head into brackets? Because Salazar has waited for this op. It could be key that he lands one of these shots, and that challenge is inching ever closer. Cello, his first victim, 5v3 for ECSTATIC, who see that lead of FURIA and decide they want to take it right back. Pressure out of middle, caught out by Queenix. This one's going perfectly for ECSTATIC. It's a missed shot and a chance for yuurih to pressure, but with the flash, he needs to hold off.
Yeah, and are there odds of the round gone? Oh, actually, Fallen. Oh, in a situation to maybe punish. He was actually so close. Won't be able to take the fight through the molly. Kept 5 alive here for ECSTATIC. Coming into the end of the round, FURIA needs some kills, man. They had ECSTATIC in a buy-save situation. Now it's going to be tied up. That one worked out too well, and ECSTATIC just went back to what they were working with earlier in the half. Kragan adamant about getting banana control facing forward, and you know what? That's not the first time he's ate the flash, and they still get the kill.
Damn right.
So FURIA are doing a good job on the counterplay, but man, luck is not with them whatsoever.
We've had rounds where Kragan and Nodios both go down banana, both blind spray to 2 different angles, and both pick up kills. So that deep banana pressure has been the bane of FURIA in multiple rounds.
Absolutely, and they've been also trying to run up to through the half wall smoke, just like ECSTATIC did in the first half. and test their luck at getting trades, and it's just worked out back and forth. And that's why, folks, we've got an 11-11 scoreline here on map 2.
Yeah, with tournament life on the line for FURIA, with map 1 in the back pocket of Kragan and co. Here's the replay from Kragan. Eats the flash, doesn't matter. Slides right into the logs.
And to be fair, he's always on the line he's looking for, and he's very careful about when he eats the flash. Literally doesn't move his mouse at all.
Okay.
He's done that the last time when he was aiming at the bottom of Banana as they jump through, and he also has support behind him. We don't know exactly what happens in a better situation there for FURIA, but we do know they had layers to the defense.
CT utility that last time indicated the aggressive alt mid attack. We had those two players fight out from balcony, catch off the deep FURIA setup. But this time FURIA getting dangerously close to this brackets before even seeing anything. ECSTATIC have kind of reeled back into a more passive setup. It's not with the off on middle, it's not with the player boosted porch.
This was Nodios' comfort when he came into Arch on a calm round where they were coming up brackets control, very comfortable on the angle. Pressure on lane will get Salazar back.
412, don't forget it. You want to say pressure?
Yeah.
That's the key word of this one. Round 23, and somebody locks in overtime. FURIA sweating bullets, but Fallen opens up shop. Oh, and he gets a second.
That's damning.
Queenix down, third piece found. FURIA just make mincemeat of that A setup.
Wow, 3 punishes back-to-back like dominoes. FURIA guarantee overtime.
Perfection on the approach, and maybe because there is so much less pressure this round from ECSTATIC than rounds prior. We don't get that deep banana fight. We don't get smokes in front of mid. They smoke half mid, and when FURIA opened it up, saw that there was nobody behind it, that indicated to them that they could take all that space for free, and look what the space net them. A flawless 12th round win and overtime confirmed.
With that, Fallen getting back into positive territory. His 2 op shots heard across the map, both pivotal. And taking out Salazar once again.
Man, he has had his number.
Yeah.
Fallen over Salazar all night long. And FURIA with elimination looming overhead. Take that slight sigh of relief.
Yeah, they do desperately actually want to hunt down this last kill, you know, because ECSTATIC are going to be going to the Salvation Army this next round, put together any kind of buy that they can.
Yeah, money's not great. Nobody with more than 5,000.
Could get a drop from Patty, actually, so this might look not too bad, but of course, Inferno is a utility-centric map. They need all the bits and bobs.
However, safe to say that all match long, ECSTATIC have been able to do more with less. We go back to overpass, it happens once. It's one of the reasons that T-side got it over the line. Their ability to puncture through the defense with pistols here on Inferno has happened twice already, where with barely any weapons to work with, we get an ECSTATIC sudden pop that just overwhelms FURIA. And on top of that, it was a 1v4 out of Patty as the cherry on top.
Yeah. Been very appreciative of the timings for the timeouts in this spot. They've saved the last one for the final round here. They try to pick moments where,
this buy's solid.
It is actually incredibly solid. So that one gun saved, I think, rounds it out perfectly. There would have probably been an MP9 and some utility if not for it. But Patty saving his gun and being able to save means everybody's eating here on ECSTATIC. Best chance to get it to overtime. But FURIA, can they be stopped on this T-side comeback?
Only real omission is that AWP for Queenix, and doesn't really need it. On top of that, there's only 2 kits, Nodios and Patty, if things go south. If bomb sites get taken. Final round of regulation, and that pressure comes out on Banana yet again. How much of it do they take? Kragan storming forward.
The last time they didn't get to cheat the 4th player over to the A site because they didn't have deep banana control.
Now they do.
But if they play up close, they do risk, of course, players getting mollied out at Bell.
Kragan hanging on. Here's the rumblings of the jump over top. There are a lot of pressures here for him to deal with. But while that's smoked up, it is Fallen left on ramp with bomb, right? He is moving his pieces ahead of him.
I can't believe that they would go into the A site hit right now without making sure that banana is cleared.
This is the setup that won ECSTATIC the round last time. They jump out, having to forego that forward control, but a Molotov Fallen, he is giving up half of his health, 3/4, in fact, to just try and pull somebody off top Banana. Doesn't happen.
Yeah, and we're getting to the time now where they can start to cheat the player over. FURIA are going to have to move forward, I think, in a situation where they wanted 1 kill.
You can feel the squeeze. You can feel it starting to mount as Fallen wants to give support to these riflers to work forward. But what if Patty comes barreling through this smoke? What if this double flank is key? 3 defenders inside of the A site, 20 seconds to the clock, and all of FURIA has pushed past.
What?
That wall bang is nasty. The flank finds its timing. Patty, it's 1. Salazar up from the top of the box. At ECSTATIC, they have pushed it onto Art. 10 seconds to come through, gets the response, but not that map-winning round.
Yeah, and they put
ECSTATIC, they hang on.
Yes, they put their best foot forward in the final moments. What a clean round. Everything they were looking for, fundamentally speaking, on the CT side, coming together at the same time in round 24 to make the best match possible. FURIA, an incredible show of composure to get to the point of overtime, but now they're going to have to earn it all the way through CSGO style. First to 16 wins, and I don't know who leaves with more confidence out of that. ECSTATIC had to go through a lot. FURIA have shown that they are warmed up completely, and they do have an Inferno to fight against.
And that tall box wallbang,
that was actually unbelievable.
starting to become a feature of Inferno.
Right, and if you didn't have the double flank in that situation, losing a player on the A site like they did previously, but it goes to show that ECSTATIC are building on what they learned from previous rounds and fighting for it, not being afraid to take the risk that might be scary. They wanted bottom B, they used it.
Oh, they're going to go for it again. They've got players caught in the corners. A little bit weird from Kragan. He knows what's here. And KSCERATO can, luckily for FURIA, take it back.
So slippery.
How does he even get 1 there, right? For a second, it looked like he was done for.
He's tap dancing, man, and he does not split the difference. He goes full committed and says, I know I can't fall back, but if I get 1 at least, my team can succeed.
Oh, they're coming at it. A jump up. That cost Fallen half his health. Just like the round prior, he will be fighting with little HP. T-side smoke top, Banana, 50 to the clock. And a peek out from Salazar while middle is smoked, but the boiler player almost gets what they needed.
What does it mean, though? What does it mean for the map? The B site has been completely vacated.
They switch. Off is going to go hold B. yuurih trying to puff his chest. 30 seconds to the clock.
Exec is going that way. CT's 3 on A.
Solo op hold on B site.
Salazar, you've been out by Fallen every round.
And Fallen's coming back. Adam is the entry again. Salazar gets it. Finally starting to take that Matrix somewhat back into his hands. But as smoke lands on CT Cross, what is next for Salazar?
Whoa.
It's a shot into Cello. Now 10 to the clock, and KSCERATO has to close this gap. Doing a wonderful job of holding on backside, but KSCERATO's headshot's clean. He's gonna punish. Now the bomb plant, he can charge him down. Nodios coming through, and he kills him before the plant comes out. ECSTATIC, open in OT.
Oh, they layered the push. Oh my god, and yuurih, just with seconds to spare, can't get there in time. Nodios knows that he has the ability to push through. KSCERATO had to put that bomb down then and there. There was no choice. It was checkmate. It came down to Salazar's kills.
Just had to hope that there wasn't a second CT on that smoke cross.
It's
KSCERATO trying to be the key of recovery in all of this.
And listen, if you're just watching now, of course you could say that was an easy shot for Salazar, but what we've seen throughout these last 2 maps is Fallen peeking into Salazar's angles and still winning his duels. This was critical. And a small burst of emotions now as we move into the first round of overtime. ECSTATIC winning 2 back-to-back. Putting as much distance from them and this FURIA clawback as they can. And finally, a full passive setup on the B site. We haven't really seen them try to reclaim late. And we also have seen them try to reclaim often. They almost never sit completely back. So Kragan will come forward. FURIA should know this. Will the flash be good?
Man, they're not fully ready. Jumping around to the Mac 10. Great damage into KSCERATO and Cello. Oh, but the headshot comes right back. Patty taking 1 to the face. You could argue lucky to be alive. He still tries to press his luck. Still puts bullets through that smoke. And the 5.56 softens up the majority of FURIA here. Smokes inside of the site as bomb goes down. We've got weak members of both teams. We've got anchors in the site. We've got ops posted at a slow flank. My God! Cello swings for the headshot. Critical that he takes somebody down with him, but Nodios wastes no time on the return frag. And yuurih's positioning could very well catch this slow burn flank. He starts to walk away. Now Nodios gets the retake rolling. KSCERATO's position could catch them off. And sure enough, he needs to get into the cover. Time is of the essence. He opts not to throw down that smoke, and maybe Queenix took a little too long, but with smoke on top of him, he gives up the defuse and KSCERATO clutches.
Another clutch for KSCERATO when they need it. Wow, after what Kragan saw, going for that push on that timing. But I gotta say, those reclaims on top Banana have not worked out that well for ECSTATIC, right? FURIA have been looking for the fights on car. And here's another spot where they only let one kill go away.
And those consistent flanks from Queenix, I find, usually get kills a little faster. And at that point, once he's revealed himself, he runs. If he does get that banana frag 2 seconds sooner, he has a real chance inside of the clutch. But this time, really, he doesn't get there with time. Too slow on the activation for what feels like the first time.
One timeout called here for FURIA. Another B-site hit, it's typical. We're getting, you know, not that many post-plant positions, I want to say, compared to how many it feels like are going to be retakes and bombs going off. Tied up, full buys, both ways. OT is where you get scrimmy. Playbook lasts you until the end of regulation. You don't plan to tie. So who's going to be the best at improvising and building on what they've learned?
Little presence and Boiler. Pop out through the smoke. It's a pistol.
What?
Salazar not working with much. Oh, but Nodios the recovery. Good kill from KSCERATO to come back at it. Queenix now concerned about arch side and smoked out of the bomb site itself. Numbers even.
He blocked the smoke though.
And a slight gap over it, missed shot from Fallen. He's got to keep his head down on the grave stairs as the site's taken over. Kragan's looking to challenge. KSCERATO, hands busy with the bomb, but he takes the rifle back out, and it's him and yuurih, the two best pieces of Fallen, trying to work.
And Patty is still baking. KSCERATO in the clutch once more. On default. How does Patty want to play it? What's the read?
A smoke, a frag, but no kit. 6 bullets in the magazine. He will not have a chance to whiff. And a question as to where the hell KSCERATO's gotten off to. Bomb is planted default. Does he clear the back corner? He's jumping in haphazardly. And KSCERATO puts him down. A 3K. Much needed.
I mean, he's racking up the clutches right now at this point. Those were some crazy trades coming in through the arch smoke. I'm surprised that we only had a 5-7 available for that initial push.
10 KOT.
Yeah, that is brutal. Not even an MP9 in that situation. And FURIA, stay alive.
Patty throwing caution to the wind as he just stomped his way through the bomb site. KSCERATO wouldn't even give him a chance to pull that trigger. Fallen, cautious, doesn't commit to the full deep peek. We get movement up inside of the apartments. Not only yuurih taking Balk, but we have Fallen posted. Oh,
no!
What is that?
No! He was just trying to get onto the balcony.
Apparently not just the MP9, jumping AK accuracy cranked to a 10. Spam damage out through smoke. This is a gut-wrenching opening for FURIA to try and deal with. yuurih did no wrong.
And yuurih was holding that angle because there was no one playing bridge. Of course it would be unsafe. That's why Nodios jumps into that position. And he panics and shoots in the air and gets an instant headshot. And now it's a 5-on-3. Cello, low HP.
A God-given opening for ECSTATIC. Still with enough tools to make this happen. I mean, a sea of utility in smokes and flashes. And Fallen trying to find a way to challenge back. We've got KSCERATO backside hanging on for dear life as he hears this rampage coming at him. He's going to drop Patty at least, but his support goes down too. And this pack of players from ECSTATIC pressuring into the bomb site with ample time just in case things started to go south. It's a numbers game, and those numbers earned by way of jumping AK headshot.
My God, yeah. That's responsible for the first kill. They made it a 5v3. Jesus. That was like a kill KSCERATO gets. You know what I mean? My God. That's to tie the game up. And with the Protoss death ball up the lane, they take over the A site. No chance to fight back.
You're lucky if you pull off one of those once a year. And to do it right now, right here.
Well, last year it was lucky a couple of years ago. In that last round on Barrage. So this one's for lucky.
Lady Luck sprinkles them in every once in a while.
Bro.
First bullet out.
And the only thing I can give him credit for is looking in the window when he jumps up.
Crosshair placement.
Not Swag's crosshair placement, right? Oh my God.
Unbelievable scene. Gaben himself blessing Nodios on the jump up with that one. They go for the triple nade back sandbags, just trying to dismantle early banana control. So if you're Furia, you're concerned. The numbers are here. And your banana control's gone. Heart could reaggress, and they were thinking about it. With flashbangs being set up by KSCERATO, we could have this Art Cello challenge on banana. Numbers coming at him. Kragen's got the cover of the half wall, and he hears it.
Yeah, he's just listening right now. It's a lot revealed on the setup. Oh, ahead of the smoke as well.
He's got support, but he loses it. Recovers slightly, but still goes down. Cello making the most of that banana fight to push Furia 4v3.
First kill's everything right there. First kill means two. Both pushing in with a pair of players. This is still quite a fragile lane side, and I don't think the T's are in a position to split. Oh, nice one from Fallen.
Ready for that. As smoke fades, clips the wings of Nodios.
Wait.
Queenix has managed to get out, but he's going to have to do everything. And yuurih, very nicely done to keep himself tucked in cover. Furia keep on fighting.
That's OT2 secured here for Furia. They're going to need a bit more than a jumping AK headshot to close this one out. Good awareness, not allowing the lurk. The op shot missed inside a pit on the shoulder peak. Some of the best shoulder peekers ever on your screen. That's something that legit made Brazil so powerful in early years. Being able to bait out shots without dying.
yuurih and KSCERATO. These are the two pieces you want at the top of the board if you were Furia. yuurih under a bit of a question mark in recent form. There was that fall off that made us think maybe he's not what he was. Maybe the prime had passed. Put him in the bucket with Axile in terms of a potential.
Yeah, there have been months where he's been better than KSCERATO in the last few years, and you know, people
just weren't getting that.
Yeah, if he was just going to be the underrated version of KSCERATO, but yes, he has had some struggles recently.
With riflers, you never really know when you are past that prime. So hanging on for dear life versus ECSTATIC, as they are afforded a lot of control here on brackets, but it's only one player taking it. It's only a quick peek. Gathering a bit of info, finding that level of comfort, and all the while getting utility burned on B. Minute to the clock here for ECSTATIC. With map 1 in their back pocket. And Furia having already locked in a second OT. You know damn well they're going to give this one a challenge. And you know damn well that the numbers of this B execute could very well be enough to overwhelm, but the utility is healthy here for Furia. Another smoke goes down at 35 seconds, and there is then again an incendiary on Art. This is not going to be an easy execution for ECSTATIC. It is one that will cost them a lot of health and potentially this second map. We get the fight out from Cello towards Pit. He connects to the head, and everybody else is stifled by the fire. Art, can he line up any damage? Bullets flying through, they overwhelm him.
Oh.
Swarmed by Queenix as he climbs over the coffins. FURIA. It is a retake demanded of them, but again, still more utility to work with. That incendiary that can be chucked into the back of the site on new box to burn a player out. A frag grenade that'll catch Nodios and take him to 90, 27, then all the way down to the flames. Queenix has come through with the double entry, but that seems like this is where it's gonna stop. The retake from Fallen, and KSCERATO looks fantastic. Another piece of util, but time is of the essence. They've got to come clear him, and Patty, can he challenge? KSCERATO holds it. Fallen by the skin of his teeth. Forces map 3.
Oh, they grab it. What a way to win that one. There could have been a delay for time, but instead, every clutch shot is hit. One op shot gives an opportunity for them to scale into the site, and by a hair, FURIA survive on Inferno. And not just that, give them a chance to actually win this series, which at one